How will this 49ers quarterback situation play out between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance this year, in your opinion?
Ooh, well, what I hope happens, and here's what I hope happens. I hope Trey Lance comes out and they're able to win while he's gaining experience. I don't need him to come out and be amazing, but I need him to play well enough so where the 49ers are winning. And I need the rest of the team to play well enough to the 49ers to win. I need Kyle Shanahan to be on his game and utilizing Trey Lance in a degree that allows him to win. Now, he doesn't need to play perfect. He's going to have his lumps and bruises along the way. But as long as they're winning, and Trey Lance is the starting quarterback, as long as they're winning games, I think he's going to be able to stay in there, and he's going to get the experience that he desperately needs. Now, if they start losing, what's going to happen is people are going to be calling for Trey Lance. His team's going to abandon him. The fans are going to compare him to what Brock Purdy was doing. And so that's my fear. If he doesn't stay healthy, Brock Purdy's going to step back in. And who knows what we'll see from Brock Purdy if that happens. So I'm a little nervous about the 49ers traditionally start slow.
That's interesting.
If the Trey Lance is a quarterback and they start slow again and they're losing games, are his teammates, are the fans going to have that patience to allow
You already know the answer to that question. You know the answer to that question. But look at it this way. Look at it this way. Let's say Brock Purdy gets the repair and not the reconstruction. Let's say he's back for training camp after Trey Lance had OTAs and minicamp. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, we heard what that anonymous player said. We know the vets run this team and not Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's an offensive coordinator, straight up. Yeah. The vets run this team. They said the quarterback's going to be. It's going to be Brock. But you just pointed out this team starts slow. What if, because we only saw Brock, post week 13 when the team was clicking already. I mean, Jimmy was playing great, frankly, the best of his career, not turning the ball over and stuff. What if Brock not that he struggles, but he is playing while the offense struggles and doesn't look so good. Maybe he's throwing picks. Maybe he gets knocked around a little bit and Trey Lance has to be the guy who replaces him. All of a sudden, you look at Trey Lance a whole different way. Maybe he gets his opportunity later in the season like Brock did last year. Maybe it all evens out.
Well, what I've been saying for a while now, the best thing for Trey Lance is honestly if Brock Purdy starts the season. But
that's what I'm saying. And that might be what happens. Nothing against Brock, but Brock could rush back because the team is so nervous about what's going to happen with Trey that they'd rather have, Brock with 75% of his arm strength, and he goes out there and it looks kind of like last year early in the season, and he struggles. And, who knows? Maybe Trey Lance is the savior.
Yeah, that's the role that to me is going to benefit Trey Lance the more, because we all know that quarterbacks on this team don't last full seasons. It's just not going to happen. Right. So
one time in 6 years. One time
in 6 years. So the likelihood of either Brock Purdy or Trey Lance being able to.
It's like 17%. What is the number? 16%? 15? I don't know.
Well, it's 80. Yeah, 17. 17% of the time, the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan had a quarterback play the entire season.
Yeah.
Which not very good odds.
And that wasn't a 17-game year.
16 games. Yeah. So,
right. There was a 16-game year and they had a freaking bye week. Was that back when there were? Yeah. So. I don't know, man. They need two starting quarterbacks from this. They basically have to approach it like they need two starting quarterbacks and three backups.
Whoever's the backup quarterback for the 49ers this coming year has an advantage.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but they have the advantage because if it's Brock and Brock struggles and the offense struggles and Trey Lance comes to be a savior, great. If it's Trey Lance and he struggles, everyone's going to be calling for Brock. We need Brock again. Bring Brock back. It's honestly like almost I don't want to start. Coach, let me be the backup, Well,
what we're saying is how this situation is going to play out is whoever wins the job, whoever starts as the quarterback, man, that's just the beginning. It could go back and forth 3 or 4 times. It could change hands, not just because Kyle Shanahan can't keep a quarterback healthy for more than 8 or 9 games at a time, but because the entire offense seems to take time to get it going, to find their identity. And also, remember, what is their offense going to be? Last year, they tried to go all in with Trey Lance and then had to switch back to the old offense. Now, is Trey Lance going to be – is that out? Is Trey Lance going to be trying to learn the Brock Purdy offense? Are there going to be two offenses? Like, what are they going to do? Is there going to be a quarterback competition if they're both healthy? Is that going to set back the offense? All this stuff, like, are they going to start fast this year? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. We don't know. It's going to be it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, I think based on the fact that Trey Lance is going to be there for OTAs and a majority of the training camp, that he's going to end up being the starter. And we still don't know what Brock Purdy is doing. We haven't heard when he's going to be back. At this rate, best case scenario, it's early August when he comes back, right? Best case scenario.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, he hasn't even had the surgery yet. He has had no surgery yet. They're still waiting for like the swelling to go down. So no matter what he decides, it hasn't even started.
Yeah. Best case scenario is August, mid-August. That's the best case scenario. So I don't think at that point, Trey Lance being the guy through OTAs and training camp, I can't see Brock Purdy just getting the reins. I think Trey Lance is going to be the starter for week 1 for the 49ers. But again, that comes with a lot of pressure. He's going to have to play his ass off in order to maintain that position. He's going to have to overcome a lot. Now, can he do it? Maybe. We'll see.
And it's interesting, like, how are they going to structure the offense for Trey? Are they going to go back to what they were trying to do? Like, I don't know that you just necessarily want to throw out the zone read and make Trey do the offense that Brock does. Like, I like the way Philly uses Jalen Hurts. They definitely leverage his running ability every snap. Doesn't mean he runs every snap, but they leverage it a lot. He's in the shotgun a lot. They run the zone read a lot. I think Kyle looks at Philly and says, I want to do that too. But he just didn't do it as well as Sirianni and Shane Steichen. So now you got another year to figure it out, how to get your quarterback. How do you do this 11-on-11 football without getting your quarterback hurt? Because frankly, most teams can't figure that out. It's the $100 million question. Philly does a pretty good job. And even them, Hurts got hurt for a couple of games this season. So I don't know.
Let's see. We'll find out Sunday if this changes. But how many teams that run a read option have won a Super Bowl? 0. I don't like it, Grant. I don't. I mean, I understand the benefit of it, but I think Trey Lance, if you just allow him to play quarterback and use his legs to scramble and create off-script stuff, that's what his strength is. I want to see him, not that he's Patrick Mahomes, but I want to see him have the Patrick Mahomes offense. That's what I want to see.
It's fair. But what I think what's so intriguing about Philly is that they're this close to showing you can do it. They're this close. Yeah. They do a great job of balancing running and passing with the quarterback, keeping him healthy, when to do it. Now, I know he got hurt that once, but he's back. And if they can do it, all of it, because everyone understands the benefit of 11-on-11 football. It's the NFL is you can't get your quarterback hurt, and you don't want to be Baltimore. You don't want to be what the Niners were trying to do last year. It seems like you don't want to run your quarterback up the middle on 2nd and 9. But if Philly can show teams a way to do it in the NFL, that's a game changer. So I'm not rooting for Philly to win the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn. But there is a lot at stake here. And they did win with the RPO and Nick Foles, but this is like the next iteration. But it's similar.
Can I ask you, who do you think's going to win?
I don't know yet.
I got Kansas City. I got the Chiefs winning. Just because of, like, I've looked the last few years, 4,000 yards passing, 40-plus touchdowns. Those are the teams that have been winning. That's Patrick Mahomes. And they got the best quarterback in the NFL with Patrick Mahomes. They got Andy Reid, who's arguably top 2. And they got the best tight end. They got Chris Jones. I think Philly overall has a better roster. But I think Kansas City's going to pull it off based on the trends of the last few years.